Hello everyone and welcome back to Stormbound. This is going to be a bit different of an episode. I don't know if we're about to get to doing a fight in the ranked. We'll see, but the reason it's going to be a little bit different is because we're going to build a winter deck. And the reason we're going to build a winter deck is because a beautiful person down in the comments has been messaging me back and forth about wanting to see how a winter deck that I build would be against a winter deck that he's been building. That person being Samuel Gavin. Shout out to you. Thank you very much for commenting down in the comments. I enjoyed messaging you back and forth, and hopefully, if it kicks off the way I'm hoping it will, we might be able to do some friend battles, and we might be able to do some PvP. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We'll see how it goes. I forgot I made this. So select. Let's see. So I had, other than the healing one, I had another one that was just called Winter Pact, and it wasn't very good, so I got rid of it. Winter Pact. Okay. So for Winter Pact, the whole scheme, I guess, or the whole like build that I kind of go for, or how it's supposed to be built, is freezing. You're supposed to be able to freeze a bunch of stuff. So I usually use well, obviously Chaos Winter. You can't have a Winter Pact deck without Midwinter Chaos. If you don't have this card yet, I would recommend buying some packs because it is only a rare. It's not too high up there, so I mean, I know someone who has been playing for a while who just now got it. So, if you're wanting to do the whole freeze thing, I am okay with this one. It's not my favorite one to use because, yeah, at low level it has to be bordering. And then as it gets up to level 4, oh, they changed it. I don't like that. It used to upgrade to surrounding, but so always this, and then I always put Rhymelings in there because when you play them, you get 3 more mana, and that allows you to play something like Wisp Cloud, which is also very good, which I'll toss in there as well. How much to upgrade this? 150? Yeah, I don't like the one that does this. There we go. For 6. It's used enough. I think I'll upgrade it. So this card is basically the freeze card, but only for surrounding enemies whenever you place that on something. So it's good, but... And then Icicle Burst is for whenever there's, like, as we've seen, cards that play 43 strength units next to your base. That's what Icicle Burst is for. Oh, 10 or less. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different card then, maybe. I don't know. If you want the game to last forever, put in this boy. He will make it last for days. If you are wanting... I don't like this card. This specific card, I don't like it because, yeah, it gives you more mana, but you can only play 4 cards. That's the reason why I don't run Gift of the Wise. It just doesn't, I don't know, not one of my cards. Not one of the cards I like to play. And then Rockworkers, they're okay because they spawn a tower, but the tower's random. That's why I don't like running him. That was not bad, but it's a 7. And I have plans as to what else I want to put in here. An attacking gain 4 mana. That's okay. This is a really good card. The reason this is a really good card, even if you don't have dragons, is because if you're fighting, like, let's say constructs, it does 3 damage to everything. So just imagine high, all the way leveled up, 7 damage to everything. That's pretty much a board wipe. You always play that card first in your hand. That's how it would fit into a deck like this. But of course, if you were playing Winter Dragons, you're gonna want this boy. Oh, good boy right here. It is you on play destroy all frozen enemies in front with 3 or less strength. Gain 4 mana for each destroyed. So if there is a line of 3 units on the board, and each of those units is 3 strength or less, and you freeze all of them, then you gain 12 mana. Pretty good. Pretty good card. So the only problem that I find with Winter Pact is that they don't have very many mid-ranged cards. It goes very quickly to your 5 costs and such. And that's kind of fair because of this card. This card gives you mana, so it's kind of fair. That's part of what this deck does. And you can just build a mana deck out of it. This is an annoying card if you put it almost right next to someone's base, especially whenever the highest one is 24. So, I am good with my Winter Pact cards. Those are normally the only ones I really run all that much. So, on to neutral. So, as for these cards, you might notice that at the beginning we have I can feel a sneeze. Stop it, nose. Okay. We have this one. Oh yeah, level 4. This specific card used to be a 2/1 at level 1. That's where it started. And that's how I started with it. And it was really good at the time. Now, though, well, maybe it was a 3/1. I don't know. But now, though, it is a 2/1/1, which is it's good for its price. It's only a 2 cost, but it is really good at higher levels because you're only doing, it's only costing you 2 mana to play a 4 strength card. Pretty good. I didn't realize how close it was to another upgrade. Oh, that's expensive. Like a punch in the gut there. But I normally run that. Because it's a cheap card, so why not? This one's... Oh, this one got nerfed. I think it cost more last time I remember. It's only 1 cost now. 1 strength unit, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because this used to be a whole lot more. Because this one was, I think, a 5 cost. I don't remember how much the card was though. I don't think it was a 1 strength. That's way more balanced though. So I'm glad they did that. And then this again, this is always a good card to have for your dragons. Doesn't really matter what deck you're running it in. As long as you're playing mostly dragons. Oh yeah, conflicted drakes. Because high level, it's a 5 strength and does 3 damage to all non-dragons in front of it. I mean, that's almost a board wipe right there. But oh, Fell Flares. You can't go wrong with the good Fell Flares. 2 damage, 3 damage, 4, 5. So I've upgraded this quite a bit. I've upgraded this because it is effectively just an execution. So I normally toss that in there as well. All this hurt, I don't really upgrade it, but it's okay at 6. I say okay because it cannot move. That's the only reason. Just one of those cards I don't run. Also, Spare Dragonling. Always run this card in a dragon deck as well. I don't know why I'm talking dragon decks. I'm making a winter deck. Hello? A winter deck, but still. Yeah. This is tempting now because it's so cheap. But it's only a 3 strength, so it's like, Okay, so here we get into the tricky cards. Because we have our heal here that freezes. So we could put in another heal, or we could save that card slot for another card, because we only have 5 more slots. I always run an execution. It's always good. Westward Soldiers. They might have gotten nerfed too, because... No, did they start at 2? They started at 2 or 3, I don't know. They might have gotten nerfed as well. But, yeah, I normally run that, because a 3 cost 5-1. Come on. I wouldn't run that. And then in my Ironclad, I've been running Cabin Girls. Because at this level, I mean, come on. And you level them up, they go straight to 10. That's 2 more strength. Good lord. And then this one I've been running as well, which is at 6. I should probably think about leveling that up at some point. Because the execution that I have right now is 6. And it only goes to 7. Which I feel like at higher level, oof, that lasts through an execution and it still has a strength. And then you can put this on it. Target friendly unit. Yeah, this works for, at least last time I remember it works for towers. Don't hold me to that though. Okay, 3 more slots. If you're really worried about the amount of spam people have, Bladestorm, highly recommended. Because 3 strength to everything on the board, that's not you. It's effectively what that one dragon does. Ice dragon. I can't remember what it's called. This boy. Broken Earth Drakes. At level 1, it is effectively the same thing as Bladestorm. I mean, I could level up right now, but I'm not going to. Plus, well, I can't because I spent money, but this is a good card as well. Yup. 3, 4, yeah. I wonder what it's, 200? Yeah, also another good one for Dragon decks. Alright, let's see here. If you're somebody who finds yourself having to deal with the row right next to your base, if you're having trouble with that being filled, this is the card to go for. Flooding the gates. Because most things will have about 3 to 5 health. Most things will. When you get into high level silver and above that, it will get really hectic and you'll be dealing more into this range. But by then, if you are this kind of person, you should have this at 5 already. Because I've been spending money on the low level cards, because you get your low level cards up there. Hey, well, high level, low level cards are good, because then, I mean, your high level cards are already good at the beginning. That's kind of the way they made it. So if you make your low level cards good, or well, better, like I did with Fell Flares and Westwind Soldiers, and Gifted Recruits, Sailors. Why did I say soldiers? Sailors. Then you play these and people are like, oh, uh-oh. And I find that a lot of people use execution right at the beginning of the game, which is a problem, because what I have done is, if I have Westwind Sailors and Gifted Recruits in my hand, which happens more often than you think, I won't play Westward Sailors first. I'll play Gifted Recruits, because they'll go, oh, that's a high level Gifted Recruits, and then they'll execution it, and then I'll play my Westwind Sailors, and they'll wish they hadn't used that execution. So I used to run personal servers and Snow Masons a lot. Like, I used to run them a lot. All the time. Because I thought that bigger units were the way to go. But then I got cards like Bladestorm and Needle Blast, which I am going to throw in because you can't go wrong with good Needle Blast, that just let you hit the base. I mean, Blade Storm doesn't, but yeah. So I just do that instead. A good runner, putting in a runner is not too bad because sorry about that. Because Winter Pact freezes cards. So if you do a runner and you gain board space and your runner survives through the onslaught of whatever they have during their turn, then you can freeze them and still have a runner on the board and still have your space. Okay. Also, True Shot Post. Great card. Really hard to get rid of. If you get it to 6, it's a really hard card to get rid of. It's a good card because it hits a random enemy unit, which just makes the enemy's cards weaker in general, or dead, depending on the unit. But this is one of the cards that I will just immediately execution if I see it. Just immediately, because I don't want to deal with it. Kindred Grace, if you're wanting to do constructs, oh, beautiful card for that. Because it is 6, well, I have it at level 2, so it is 5 strength to a target friendly unit and 2 strength to all other units of the same type. So constructs are great for that, and dragons. This is another card I would throw into a dragon deck. Yeah, and this one. You need this one for a dragon deck. It's the bread and butter for it. As for winter, there's a lot of cards we could throw in that last slot. This one's always funny to me. It's funny to me because it has 6 strength and it's extra runner, I guess is what I'll call it. And it just makes the unit it attacks weaker, which is really good. Like, that's a really good card, especially, I mean, I almost wish I had it for whenever we fought the 43 strength units. Ugh. Gross. But it will effectively kill 2 units, regardless of their strength. But it will die afterwards. You level up once, though, it will get to that 3rd movement, but if there's a unit there, it's done. So I can understand why that card's really good, because it is like the queen of movement. And this one, oh, you want to hurt somebody real bad, get real close to their base, chuck one of these at them, even at the 1st level. Immediate 5 damage, for some people, that's half their health. Like, ugh. Oh yeah, Call for Aid. Ooh, low level Call for Aid whenever you're in like bronze and such. Oh, so good. Such a good card. Same for Joust Champion. I don't use Joust Champion that often nowadays because it's so expensive. Like, it's a runner that does 4 additional damage every time it attacks, but it only has 4 health. Since it's an 8, I would start it at 2 additional damage, or maybe even 1, and give it 5 health. Or, well, maybe not 5, maybe 4. I would probably give it 4 or 1 out at level 1. But, and then for this, I would make it 3 additional damage, and yeah, and then make it up to 5, because at this level it is one and done. You play it, it kills a bunch of stuff, it dies next turn, because people see it and go, nope, I don't want that on the field. You don't get it. I am big on Temple Guardians. The only thing that you need to know for if you run a Temple Guardian is put it next to your base. First off, I have seen a lot of players that just play on the board, and I have accidentally played it on the board before. And it will just place a 7 strength. But for an 8 cost 7 strength, it's just bad. Like, you might as well play Cabin Girls at that point. And that's almost a 7 strength at low level. For Temple Guardians, though, you play that next to your base, even at low level, all other spots on next to your base, it spawns a 4 strength unit. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Now, if you're fighting dragons, yeah, there's the card that deals damage to all the rest of them. But unless they're dragons a higher level, you have a whole row of units. And unless they can break that row of units, you're fine. Yeah, it's a late game card, but you get board space from this card. The only drawback is it doesn't move. And the reason it doesn't move is because you put it next to your base and you get 3 more units. Because, okay, alright, let me take a step back. At level 1, 4 strength, okay? Let's go back to some of the weaker cards. Okay? At level 1, there you go. Gold Grubbers. Level 1, a 4 cost, 4 strength. That means they're saying that a 4 strength unit is worth 4 mana. I mean, even here, this is a 5 strength, and it's a 4 cost. Maybe there's an even smaller one. Let's look. Not seeing one. I don't really... Well, let's look at collection. Why not? Sort by strength. And go all the way to the end. Okay, Mountain Swarm. Winter Pack's not gonna have it. I'm pretty confident in that. Yeah, no. I was thinking Swarm was gonna have it, but Ironclad will probably have something like that. Almost. These are 2. Like Shadowfin? I wouldn't expect Shadowfin to have. Why is the? Oh right, we're going by strength. Never mind. So I think the average consensus out of what I have seen is that 4 cost for 4. It's looking like. Because there's a 4 cost for 4 up there. Now this one's without movement, but it does 4 damage as well, so you'd have to calculate that into it. Yeah, I'm not seeing. And this is a 5 cost, but we found one cheaper than that. Okay, so it looks like Gold Grubbers is the card to look at. So go ahead and go back. Wait, does it keep the... Yeah, I want to change this back to mana. Thank you! Okay. So, we go back and look at these. This card. On play, replace a random non-pirate card from your hand. That's good. That's draw power. Fine. You want to play that? You can play that. Now, 4 strength, 4 mana. That's what we were looking at. We go back over here to your good old pal friends, the Temple Guardians. Level 1. That is... 12? 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12. So, ignoring the strength of this unit, it is a 12 cost to put 3 4 strength units on the board. That, and then this is a 6 cost. I'm not going to calculate the 6 cost because I think we're good there. But just its spawn ability is worth more than the card is worth. Just saying. So even at level 1, it is a better worth card than... Like, I would play this at level 10. Like, the mana for this... If it was at 10 mana, I would still run Temple Guardians. Because I don't play them till late game. But yeah, that's probably my favorite card is Temple Guardians. And just so we can see how this deck runs, I'm gonna play Temple Guardians into this beautiful, I don't know, abomination of cards. Oh, crazy bombers. On play, deal 7 damage spread randomly among all surrounding enemies. Surrounding, not bordering. I don't like that one. The reason I don't like this one is because in Ironclad, well, gotta go collection now. In Ironclad, we go over to the expensive cards. Windmakers. Before attacking a strong no wait, is it Windmakers? No, it's not. It's armed schemers. On play, pull enemy units to you, then deal 3 damage amongst all of them. Yes, they have to be bordering, but that is the chance of killing something. And it's cheaper, I think. I'll have to look at that. I don't know. It might not be cheaper. Let's look. I wish I had the dragon. Ugh, I wish I had the dragon. Such a good card. It is cheaper by 2. So 7 damage at level 1. That is equivalent to 3 units. Well, almost 3 units with the other card. So I feel like the other card's worth it, and this one's not so much because of the amount of mana you gotta put into it in order for it to actually be played. Or be worth playing, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and run my delightful Temple Guardians here in our Winter Pack deck that we have just built. Because I think will be good with what we have. Unless we come across dragons for the first thing. We just have to win games for the things. So, might as well test it out. So this video might be a bit longer than the normal videos I post for Stormbound. Because we built a deck. So, but I'm okay with it. Okay, he goes first. You're already shaking my hand? I mean, okay, I'll shake your hand. Here you go. It's effectively the same card except for mine moves. Okay, that's not a bad combo. Although, Midwinter Chaos is 5 strength. Whoa, calm down, Stormbound. There you go. Don't know what's been up recently. Did it just skip his turn? Or did he do that on purpose? I'm gonna get rid of this. I think, yeah. I'm gonna check that up there. Because that's gonna die when his unit moves. So I'll check that up there, and if it gets a turn, it's not gonna get a turn, he's gonna kill it. But he places a tower next to his base, which gives him less places to play. And go ahead and play this because free damage. Oh, thanks, pal. And we'll get rid of... nah, I kind of want to keep all those. We'll smile at him. We have James McDougal. I always thought that was an interesting last name. McDougal. I don't know. Okay, that's a large unit we got there. Alright, so we do some math. 5, 6, 7. That leaves. Okay, so we'll have 2 if we play that. But we gain 3, which gives us 5. Perfect. I will take it. It gives me 6 strength. So, I'm gonna take that. Yes, it doesn't freeze anything. I'm aware of this. But, it is stronger than that unit. Which is... Oh! Okay. Oh, gain more mana. Good for you. Good at low level, bad at high level. Oh no! I don't want to fight that. Okay. That leaves us 3. No. I think I'll do this instead. Tink. And I'm not going to play that because we want that for our combo. This is a really good card, and I wish I had it. I don't. I wish I did. Because it is like one of the cards that I would consider the bread and butter for Winter Pact. But, oh, you handed it to me. Okay, you got me. Make this easier on us. And freeze. So I don't want to deal with it. That's why. Ooh. Really wish we had the health thing now. So strength. Oh, great. Taking 5 damage. See how good that is? Do you understand now? I don't want that. Ah, here we go. Bread and butter for me, at least. Yeah, lots of damage, but now it's only a 4 strength. And this unit will be gone next turn. This will be taken down to 7, I think. Okay. I don't like that card. It's a pain. Ooh, draw a card. Good for you. Can't play any. Wow, he's just wrecking. If I had this card, I'd probably be able to make a better deck. But alas. Chuck that here, actually. Rather not take damage. That's surrounding, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And that there, because there's more health. Okay. Now the good thing here is after his units attack, he can only play things behind what he's already played. Yes, he can freeze my units in place, but we now have this. 10 strength or less. That's gone. Or that's gone, if we get it at low enough health. Good lord. 37? Seriously? Okay. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Freeze. Get rid of that. I'm gonna keep freezing your units until I can't freeze units anymore. Which might just happen. Woo! 37. I don't like 37. Really? Really? The card that was... Well then. Well then. With my luck, It happens like this every single time. When I don't run... Hold on. When I don't run a confinement, that's what happens when you don't run a confinement. Oh boy. This is kind of a win condition, by the way. Needle Blast. It's kind of the win condition for me. I like using it for that. This is helpful for hordes. Because I'd rather get rid of Icicle Burst. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of Icicle Burst and put in Confinement. Because of the straight crap we just found out. Alright, let's try again. Gotta win games. I go first, eh? Get rid of Neoblast. Can't play it yet. It can move. That's the only reason I'm playing it. I don't like that I'm playing it, but it can move. Only thing in my hand I can play that can move, okay? Alright, what are you gonna play? McCoyd? I feel like his name's McCoyd. Interesting name. Wouldn't think about that as a player name, but... Oh, good. Dragons. My favorite. Good golly. We'll go ahead and wipe that one out of the park. You didn't want board space. You didn't want board space. It's my board space. Alright. What you got, Mr. Dragon? Of course, then again, I have ran this specific dragon in a non-dragon deck before, and it works pretty well. To be honest. Because it's only enemies. So, it's not a bad card. Not a bad card for what it does. Because I feel like they need to make the dragons less hyped. Because they've made the dragons where it's like, ooh, you want a dragon card? Well, you can buy it. You can buy a dragon card in a separate pack and whatever. It's like, well, I mean, thanks, but it's really expensive. 200 coins for one dragon card. Doesn't really sound worth it to me. He just skipped his turn. Okay. Okay. I think I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. That's what you get for skipping your turn. I mean, not skipping your turn. It's more like waiting through your turn. So I want to work out the kinks for this deck because we may or may not be fighting Samuel Gavin. You got such like a knight name. I like it. I guess that's more of a good job parents than anything else, but still. Alright. Always a good card to have. Especially when it's 5 strength. And then, because I don't know if he has a, what I call a spinner, or not. I'm going to play that there. What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? Nothing? Come on now. You gotta have a card you can play. What is that? I don't actually know what that does. When attacking, randomly destroy a friendly non-dragon unit. Oh. That's bad. It's just bad. Okay, free damage for me, thanks. Ignore the problem long enough and he'll bite you back. Oh, cool. Confinement. Confinement is almost execution. Because it doesn't kill the unit, but it might as well if it's big enough. Like, having a 37 strength unit almost at your base. Actually, 37 strength anywhere on the board is a problem. Doesn't even have to be next to your base. Although, being next to your base is a bigger problem, but... Come on, bud. Play a card. I'm just kind of sitting here. I feel like I need to be doing something. Like, slaying your cards. Ah, give it more health. You like freezing that one unit, don't you? You're putting yourself in a hole. It's just straight up 8. I feel like this will help us more than anything else, so I'm gonna do that. Intern! Cool. Really interested to see what he does with his one large, strong unit. Doesn't know I have confinement in my hand. It seems like that's the one thing that decks do during Silver, is they like to get one huge unit, just ram it into your base. So I feel like there needs to be more cards that just crush people who like to do that. Much like confinement. Tank. I do not have enough to play both those, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Rather get rid of it than have it on the board. And plus, he can't play a unit on the space that I just destroyed his other unit on, because he's got a unit in the way. Don't let your units get in the way of you playing or you destroying someone's base. Don't let your units get in your way. Don't let your own units get in your way. Now, the enemy unit's fine, yeah, sure, they're supposed to do that. But your own units? Make it manageable. Build a deck. Well, this is what I do. Not saying you have to do it however you want. I like to make it manageable to where it doesn't matter whether they have whether I have a lot of units or not, I can still move around them. So, throwing in a runner or two into a deck that anybody would consider spam is a great way to go from blocking yourself to not blocking yourself. Also, good game, man. Good game. Was that McDougal? That was Cold? Well, I don't know. I can't remember. Good game, though. Plus 50 because it's the first win. Yeah! Yar! I don't know. Alright. Yep. So I need 1 more for this one and 2 more for that one. And play structure cards. Well, we did okay. We lost 1 and we won 1. Not too bad. More front runners. How much did 300? Oh, lordy. But it puts him at 5, so not too bad. I'm not sure if I'll change out anything for this. Once in a while, I kind of wish I had the potion of growth, but it's not something I need to run. But yeah, I enjoyed that. A lot of fun. I enjoyed building the deck, and I hope that all of you at home enjoyed watching me build it. Because if you didn't enjoy me watching... Enjoy me watching me build it. What? I guess that would just be me watching my own video. if you didn't enjoy watching this video, then why am I playing this game? I am here to entertain you. If I'm not entertaining you, well, I suppose either you guys are watching the wrong channel, or I need to be recording different video games. Or different games in general. Okay, well, I think that's a long enough video for this video. I have thoroughly enjoyed building this deck and talking about it and all the different things cards do. I might make a dragon deck eventually. I've got different types of... I have dragon decks. I have this dragon deck. I guess I only have that one. I thought I had a Constructs, or Ironclad one. I might make a winter dragon deck. We'll see. Let me know what you guys want to see me build, because I'm okay with whatever you guys want to see. I play games. I start playing games by doing what the game is supposed to be about. Like, for this, it is clicking battle and fighting other players and gaining a rank, or ranks. And gaining cards along the way, of course. And leveling up cards and whatever. Gavin, which I am very, very happy that he started commenting in the comments. I guess it's Sam or Samuel. I don't know. Samuel Gavin. Okay, I'll just say your whole name because I don't know what you like to be called. So, if you hadn't told me, like, hey, I would like to see, like, I'd like you to talk about the updates of the game, and, like, I'd like you to go through the strategies you use and how to build the deck and what you put in what, I don't know if I would have ever thought of doing that, or doing a video like this of building a deck and, like, telling you guys my thought process of putting the cards in there. Hopefully, though, hopefully this lived up to what you were expecting. If it didn't, let me know what I missed, what you want to see, and I will try to do that to the best of my ability, at least. But other than that, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!